Entertainment Tonight presents E.T. Vault Unlocked, Tom Cruise.
I'm trying to deliver for you, okay?
With never-before-seen interviews that span 5 decades.
I've never been recognized. If that happens, then I'll just kind of deal with that when it does.
From his first role...
It's beautiful, man!
...to his first ever interview.
I love to dance, so I thought, what the heck, I need a vacation.
And every stop on his rise to superstardom.
Who didn't grow up wanting to fly an F-14?
E.T.'s time on set...
I enjoy excitement.
...for Tom's most extreme stunts.
Don't die.
Plus, what you never knew about his personal life.
I loved him, though.
And plans to become a priest.
It just kind of came out of left field.
This is E.T. Vault Unlocked, Tom Cruise.
Just a little push.
Happy 61st birthday to the billion-dollar man, Tom Cruise. Welcome, everybody, to Entertainment Tonight. So, you could say he was almost born on the 4th of July.
I see where you're going with that. From his iconic films to his high-profile romances, tonight we celebrate all things Tom, the man the New York Times dubbed Hollywood's last real movie star.
Listen, I love movies.
Am I dead?
I know that in my lifetime, I can only make so many movies.
You know this car?
I know this car.
How do you know this car?
When I do something, I just commit to it, 100%. I don't know how else to do it.
Show me the money!
There's a payoff for Tom's passion.
Where's my shot?
$10 billion. Yep, we added up Cruise's ticket sales over the last 35 years, and that's the staggering amount of money his blockbusters have made.
I do pinch myself every day. We talk about it. I don't take anything for granted. I remember being 18 years old making taps. And I remember being 4 years old and thinking, I want to make movies and I want to travel the world.
Here's Tom's box office breakdown. Top Gun Maverick, the sequel, was the first billion-dollar movie of Tom's career.
What the enemy doesn't know is your limits.
As for Ethan Hunt, so far, the 6 films in the Mission Impossible franchise have earned $3 billion worldwide. The 7th, Dead Reckoning Part 1, hit theaters July 12th.
Now here we are in Rome. This is so out of body and in body. I'm like, what is happening? This is wild. And it's something that I've never taken for granted. And I do. I just feel very privileged.
Tom's also the first actor in history to star in 5 consecutive films that grossed $100 million in the U.S.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
A Few Good Men, The Firm, Interview with the Vampire,
Sickness and death could never touch you again.
Mission Impossible, and Jerry Maguire.
You complete me. I just don't want this to end. I want to work.
So what's Tom's secret formula?
It's not about being a movie star, it's about being an actor and concentrating on that and finding roles that are going to be challenging to me and that are going to be a progression.
And here's another reason behind Tom's success. He works hard and earns the respect of his co-stars.
I watched this guy and he was fire. He was just fire, And he took his stuff and he took it to another level. He took another direction. I think that's fantastic.
He's a wonderful actor, Tom, and he's a growing actor. This is the best work he's ever done.
Tom Cruise, if I didn't have this great man here, you know what I mean? No, but Tom, he's just fantastic.
That'd be the other one.
He's a really great guy.
Working with Cruise was the greatest experience of my life. I've learned more about filmmaking, I've learned more about movies, about how to treat people, and just how to get the most out of every day.
He gets up with a smile every single day. He's super inspiring.
He's one of the last true movie stars with a capital M and a capital S.
Do you like a little bit of danger?
Yeah, sure. It really has been that kind of adventurous life for me.
That life of adventure led to what the 61-year-old called the biggest stunt in cinema history, or Dead Reckoning Part 1.
And it would be a motorcycle jump off a cliff into a base jump. I was training, I was ready. You have to be razor sharp when you do something like that. So it was very important as we were prepping the film that actually was the first thing, because I don't want to drop that and go shoot other things and then have my mind somewhere else. Everyone was prepped. Let's just get it done. Even with the car chase. I'm driving, I'm drifting with one hand on cobblestones with Haley in the car. I'm like, all right, so there's plenty of challenges.
So how'd he pull it off? Years of planning, over 500 skydives, and 13,000 motocross jumps. You can chalk it all up to his passion for film.
As soon as I started making money, that's all I spent my money on, movies.
And a penchant for pushing the limits.
Little push, man, I can't help it.
Some of the dedicated daredevil's most jaw-dropping feats: 2011, scaling the world's tallest building in Dubai.
You're thinking, I don't want to fall, you know?
3, 2, 1, action!
2015, holding his breath for 6 minutes.
You know, I trained free diving. I had to be doing it every single time, take after take.
Let's go.
That same year, he clung to the side of an airplane during takeoff for 8 separate takes.
I was worried about bird strikes. I had contact lenses. It was very cold.
And for 2018's Mission Impossible Fallout, Tom, who's a real-life pilot, climbed into a helicopter mid-flight.
What goes through your minds when you're doing that?
Don't die. The adrenaline was flowing, let me tell you. You know, I've broken my nose a couple of times. I've gotten teeth knocked out, broken fingers, and my ankle.
We only separated 6 ribs. That's not too bad for a mission movie.
I mean, how they allow you to do this with the insurance?
I don't even ask. I'm a producer on movies also, but there's certain questions I don't want to know.
This is far and away the most dangerous thing we've ever attempted.
We've been working on this for years, and it would be a motorcycle jump off a cliff into a base jump. I wanted to do it since I was a little kid. Always wear my earplugs so I don't hear myself scream.
Tom's produced 20 movies and counting.
I welcomed the challenge.
Next up, The Final Frontier. Tom's set to become the first civilian to do a spacewalk. For his next movie, shot partially at the International Space Station.
How are you preparing for that?
Yeah, well, it's very technical. There's a lot of elements that have to go in, and it's a wonderful story, and so we're working hard on that one.
I love movies so much. It's like a dream. I can't explain it any other way. This wonderful dream that I just think, God, I just don't want this to end.
So when did Tom's obsession with movies begin?
Just take those old records on the shelf.
I remember being 4 years old, literally, and the moment that I wanted to make films, I wanted to travel the world, I wanted to fly.
You know, I mean, growing up, I moved around a lot, and I really don't have a lot of friends, you know, around. But, you know, I do keep in close contact with some of the friends in my family.
Thanks to his parents' unstable marriage, Tom grew up a nomad, attending 15 schools in 14 years. He and his 3 sisters grew up poor. But one of his biggest struggles? Dyslexia. Tom was diagnosed when he was just 7 years old.
It's only helped me in my drive as an artist and as a person, because I've had to work so hard for everything that I've gotten. It doesn't affect me now like it did when I was growing up at all. Well, I feel you've got a choice in life. You can turn negatives into positives and make things happen for you on any level. I think that's the important thing that I realized in growing up, you know, with dyslexia, with the moving around, that it was an adventure for me. And you have to look at it that way, that it's going to help me be a better person, and you know, it enabled me to be a better actor.
As a teen, Tom went to seminary in Ohio and studied to become a Catholic priest. After 2 years, he dropped out and packed his bags for New York City.
How's your family reacted to this?
No, they were very supportive.
Were they surprised?
No. No. I thought they would be, because it just kind of came out of left field. I thought it did, but no, my mother, stepfather, and family very supportive of me.
When you decided not to go to college to pursue acting straight out of high school, how did you know you were going to make it?
I didn't. And that was exciting. Just take a chance. You know, I want to live life to the fullest.
Just a couple years after his move to the big city, he scored his first major movie role in Taps. But 1983 was the year that put Tom on the map.
So I just feel, you know, that I am lucky to have gone this far in such a short time.
Hey, tell me, pony boy, What's it like being a hero, huh?
I just came through workshops with Francis Ford Coppola for his next film, The Outsiders.
That was E.T.'s very first interview with the actor back in 1982. He was just 20, teasing his part in the ensemble cast. We're talking Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, and Matt Dillon.
Get your feet off my chair and shut your trap.
Who's gonna make me, huh?
I was ready, to carry a film after The Outsiders and Taps and everything. But still, like anything, a lot of pressure. I was scared to death.
Well, Tom overcame that fear. Barely 4 months after The Outsiders, he was back with Risky Business. The instant classic turned Tom into Hollywood's newest leading man.
It's my first starring role. I was in every scene.
Oh, the slide scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it like it was really yesterday. And I just, took my pants off and was slid across. And then I called the prop guy over, set dresser. I said, look, give me some, spray. And I sprayed the floor so that I would slide and then I would stop. So that's how we got the opening frame.
Why Mission Impossible?
You have this half-hour series on television back in the 60s, early 70s, and I thought, man, what we could do, this great theme music, bum, bum, bum. I've been looking for an action movie, and I thought, this is a movie that I would like to see as an audience. It's something that I want to see, and you could take it anywhere. It's a cerebral series, and so for this genre of picture, you can make it, really have some fun with the plot and the story. And I thought that would be challenging working on that, seeing what we could come up with. It'd be fun for a writer to work on and fun for the actors to be part of.
Portia, there is no substitute.
What you might not know, Tom turned down the lead role in Footloose, which of course went to Kevin Bacon, to star in All the Right Moves.
We didn't quit, you quit!
We shot the film faster. It was a real physical film. So I had to deal with another element. I trained hard for the film, and I played all the football myself. And I ended up losing like about 8-9 pounds in a week.
By 1986, Tom was crushing the box office and fans were crushing hard. E.T. cameras caught all the chaos when he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Please welcome Mr. Tom Cruise.
Where are you supposed to be on a Thursday afternoon?
School. I've been having nightmares that no one would show up except for my parents and my girlfriend.
But even before he was super famous, Tom was a ladies' man. He was romantically linked to Melissa Gilbert and even went on a date with Heather Locklear.
When I dated him, he was Tom Maypother still. Wow. It was when he first moved to Los Angeles, and I think I was 16.
Good kisser?
He was a good kisser.
What's it like for you being one of the quote-unquote teen sex symbols?
Teen sex symbol? I haven't had any problems,
Just take those old records on the shelf.
Oh, and remember Risky Business? Things heated up both on and off screen with co-star Rebecca De Mornay. We caught up with the couple who dated for more than 2 years at the premiere of Rebecca's film, The Slugger's Wife.
She's kissy-facing with this other guy. What's that like when you're sitting in the audience?
Where is that O'Keefe guy?
He's very understanding.
Yet, Tom knew the difference from real-life romance and what was done just for the big screen, like this. Tom turned and burned his way into even more hearts with Top Gun. His attitude, his confidence, his whole vibe as Maverick was the inspiration behind Disney's Prince Aladdin.
How do you see yourself?
As dedicated, hardworking actor.
What kind of time is left over for you, personal life?
Well, unfortunately, not any time now.
You've lost that love and feeling.
A busy schedule actually contributed to Tom's breakup with Cher. You heard that right. For a few months, these two secretly dated.
I loved him, though. He was amazing.
The two first met in 1985 at Madonna and Sean Penn's wedding and reunited at a White House event where they bonded over being dyslexic.
Out of all of your old flames, who was your all-time best lover?
A lot of them kind of came in first.
So where did Tom Cruise rank on that list?
Well, he was in the top 5.
It has been an adventure.
Wherever Will Smith is, that's where the party is. Everybody knows that. When I was doing Born the 4th of July, his music got me through that picture.
Tom's inner circle of friends includes Will Smith and his Top Gun co-pilot in real life, producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
He's the hardest working actor I've ever worked with.
Congratulations on Top Gun.
Thank you.
Tom stayed friends with Val Kilmer after Top Gun wrapped. As for that emotional scene in Maverick, yep, the two kept blowing takes because they kept laughing.
The Navy needs Maverick.
Just felt like that was two men having a really beautiful moment who had such a journey together.
I felt that way just looking at each other, and you see that scene. It's very special.
Nice. Man, I am dangerous.
Tom also remained close with his War of the Worlds daughter, Dakota Fanning.
Get out! Get down! Is that the terrorist? He has sent me a birthday gift every year since I was 11 years old. It's usually shoes.
Nice. That's great.
But the true sign that you've made it into Tom's inner circle? This coveted white chocolate coconut bundt cake. Tom gifts the $125 confection to 300 of his closest friends, including the Fanning sisters, Kirsten Dunst, Rosie O'Donnell, Tom Hanks, and Jimmy Fallon, plus his Mission Impossible Fallout co-stars.
Henry Cavill, Angela Bassett, Simon, just, great cast.
It was the most decadent, the most amazing cake.
I literally ate the entire cake except for one slice. Me and my friend Claire were driving around and she was holding the cake and we were both starving hungry. We literally started eating it with our fists, like wild animals.
Damn you, Cruise! Day one of shooting, you decide we're gonna do the motorcycle jump. We're gonna start with that. How does that process go when you say we're gonna start with arguably the most dangerous stunt of my career?
Well, we know either we're going to continue with the film or we're not. It was very important as we were prepping the film that actually was the first thing, because I don't want to drop that and go shoot other things and then have my mind somewhere else.
When you look at what you did, and it's incredible in this movie, and you think about now what you have to do in chapter 2, how do you even wrap your brain around what can we do?
We've done it. We know it already.
You know it?
Yeah, we're
It's
there.
good?
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't say anything.
Who didn't grow up wanting to fly an F-14? It's very easy falling into the role.
I am dangerous.
I feel it's some of my best work.
I feel the need for speed.
The role of Top Gun's Maverick was written for Tom, but he actually turned it down multiple times.
I had 2 months to decide if I wanted to do this film or not. And I really take my time in choosing the films that I do and the people who I get involved with.
Other stars reportedly considered for the role: Rob Lowe, Charlie Sheen, Robert Downey Jr., and Jim Carrey. Oh, and this iconic scene?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, Tom had actually never ridden a motorcycle before shooting this film.
We're putting in over 80 hours a week right now working on this.
What kind of time is left over for you, personal life?
Well, unfortunately, not any time now.
Of course, last year came the super successful sequel, Maverick. And can you believe this? Top Gun Maverick was your first billion-dollar film. But we did a little crack math over entertainment tonight. And so you have a gross of over $10 billion at the box office throughout your career.
First of all, it's a reflection. I'm happy because the audience, it's showing the audience really want. I make movies for audiences. It meant a lot to me in so many ways.
Oh, we couldn't look away then.
No.
We still can't now. Tom doing his best young
Yeah.
Jack on 106 in Park back in 2006. Like, what?
I mean, come on, Tom. Do you, Tom?
The whole thing. The pinstripe suit, the glasses, all of it.
Do you, Tom? But when it comes to Tom at the top of his dance game, well, he can thank one man for that.
Yes, indeed. Les Grossman. Good night, everybody.
See y'all.
Every now and then.
Do you have a signature move?
Les Grossman, Rock of Ages. Still get risky business. Depends on what you want.
Just take those old records on the shelf. Why you all in my ear?
Yep, Tom's a dance machine, but we'll be seeing different kinds of moves in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tom's driving one-handed while handcuffed and riding a motorcycle off this cliff. Day one of shooting in 2020, you decide we're gonna do the motorcycle jump.
We're gonna start with that. How does that process go when you say, we're gonna start with arguably the most dangerous stunt of my career?
Well, we know either we're going to continue with the film or we're not. Let's know day one.
There we go.
I want to know, let's know day one. What is going to happen? Do we all continue, or is it a major rewrite?
This is far and away the most dangerous thing we've ever attempted.
We've been working on this for years, and it would be a motorcycle jump off a cliff into a base jump. I wanted to do it since I was a little kid. Always wear my earplugs so I don't hear myself scream.